Simple question. G, I'll start with you. Is Kevin Stefanski's offense flexible? Does he adapt to his talent, or does he need a specific kind of quarterback to run what he wants to run? So the question is, in one sentence, is Kevin Stefanski's offense flexible?
Kevin Stefanski, I'll give him credit for this. He does the voice from Dune on all the media and the fans. He has the Jedi mind tricks. He can force, like, he can project force images, because if you listen to people, they will tell you and swear up and down that this offense is the holy grails to next level. It's the receivers and the quarterbacks. This is what you need to be in. Actually, Patrick Mahomes need to go to this offense, because this offense is really where it's at. And you'll be thinking like, you know what? Damn it, yeah, they're right. This is the best offense I've ever seen, until you just snap out of it. And then you look around and you start looking through the numbers and you start looking at the names and the places, and you be like, why did I get fooled on this? I don't know how his offense is flexible, potent. I don't know what it is. Can you tell me, when you start asking questions, what is Kevin Stefanski's offense great at? Go.
I'm just the host. Tyvis or Dustin, this is a question to you. I just moderated.
I don't know. What is it?
We said, what is it great at?
What is it? Like he said, is it flexible? I threw the question like, hey, I don't know what it is, period.
So the offense is a under center offense, to where they run zone and then they run boots out of that. So not last year, it's 2 years ago. Play action, boots, throw over routes, run zone. So it's a very balanced offense. That West Coast, very balanced offense where you can run and pass. You said, what is it great at?
Well, Big Ten Network on me.
I'm trying.
Yeah, man. He picked a different side of the closet there.
I'm trying to listen. I wear many hats, so sometimes they all intertwine. Sometimes I forget where I'm at, and they just kind of intertwine. But anyways, this is what was the question? Flexible?
Look,
Fixable?
I told you.
What's the question?
Does he have a flexible offense? Does he adapt?
Flexible. So yeah,
does he run the same offense regardless of who his quarterback and talent around the quarterback is?
Well, if you take last year, you got to take last year and throw it out. Outside of that, he runs his offense no matter who the quarterback is. I mean, it's pretty much the same stuff. But I think that some quarterbacks like Joe Flacco, he was a little more pass happy. Little guy gave him a lot more passes, to where, and I think the reason that was because, was Nick Chubb healthy that year? Did Nick Chubb get hurt that year?
Nick Chubb was out.
So I think that led to it. So to me, I think that Kevin wants to be a balanced guy, but if his star running back is out, or they can't run the ball to the liking of him, then that's where he becomes more pass happy, and that's what makes it look bad. But I think for him to have a top 10 offense, it starts with that run game, has to be really good, like the running back position. That's why at some point in this draft, maybe even a second round, they need to take a running back that can be a home run hitter that defenses will have to worry about. Because if they don't have that, they run in there with Jerome Ford and hope that Nick Chubb get back to Nick Chubb, then we're going to look at the same. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. You're going to have the same similar results. I think this year showed that this team is not built to throw the ball 40 to 50 times a game. That's just not who they are. You have to 25 to 26 times in the pass and maybe 24 runs a game. That's where the Browns succeed at. And, as far as the quarterback position goes, we spend so much time talking about the quarterback, but the one credit that I will give him is that he did do well. He did make these quarterbacks, whoever it was, look serviceable while they were in there. It wasn't a lot of games when it wasn't Baker or Deshaun. It wasn't a lot of games that we was like, they lost because of the quarterback. It wasn't like that. Like if they lost, like the team just flat out got dominated. That's a whole nother story.
What about DTR?
Get him too. This is wait a minute. I've told you I'm not taking last year.
Oh, okay.
Not taking last year, I can't count the year before that with DTR because they did him filthy, like, which still rubs me the wrong way that they would play with somebody's career like that. But I ain't even gonna go down that road. But all the other quarterbacks outside of that, they were very serviceable. They were still able to get things done, and I think that that's a big part of Kevin's offense.
Maybe Dustin could tell me something about the offense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say flexible. Sure, it's flexible. I mean, you have to be flexible if you've got 7 different quarterbacks that all have different skill sets that you've had to start in the last several years. So he's flexible. But does that mean that you're good at playing with these different offenses and different quarterbacks and skill sets? No. I think his ideal offense is one that's going to be, like Tyva said, based off of a lot of those zone running schemes, power, things like that, where it sets up the boot and play action. And the play action is when they were at their best. The 5-game stretch with Joe Flacco was as good as it gets. It is, I should say, as good as it gets since we've had Baker Mayfield, who also fit that style that Stefanski ran a lot of in Minnesota. I just think that you've got to look at where they're at now and how do they get back to that? Well, it's obviously the answer is they got to find a quarterback that suits more of that offense. Deshaun Watson did not. Deshaun Watson was going to be playing out of the spread, out of the gun. They were going to use his athleticism. Well, funnily enough, he didn't. He lost his athleticism and also lost his arm. So he couldn't do anything for Stefanski. So we don't really know how that offense was going to play out. But this upcoming year, they've got to get back to what Stefanski does best, and that is the 12 personnel. Go get you some big old tight ends that can block, beef up the offensive line, find you some running backs that can carry the rock, and then get a quarterback that can execute those things. A lot of people think that Shador would fit that role. I mean, we'll find out, but to me, that's the ultimate answer. I don't know that I even gave you an answer, to be honest with you. I kind of danced around it, but they want to run play action pass, period. So find the quarterback that can do it the best.
To run play action, you got to have linemen. To run play action, you actually got to be able to block somebody. So you got to actually be getting those 5-6 yards a crack. I will also say it's a little bit disheartening that the highest version of Baker Mayfield that we saw was in this offense, but he is now sent it to another level. Do we agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Baker is better than he was when he was here. So my thing is,
wait. I
mean, he's giving me 2 years. We didn't see that Baker.
Wait a minute. He got some talent over there too.
I've been trying to get people to get receivers over here for 35 years. They just won't do it.
Did. They tried with Odell and Jarvis.
No, they ran those guys out of town.
They did do that. that happened too.
We had Kareem Hunt in his prime, and we were like, no,
what
we're
I was
at the same time.
Well, the thing is, what Odell's father was trying to say was, Baker could have had them numbers a long time ago if he threw that ball.
But I'll say this for Stefanski. Stefanski, I'm gonna tell you this: it's bad for you because I'm holding you to the Bo Nix Accord. It is a treaty that we signed amongst fans and media that said we thought Bo Nix was played 8 years of college football. He retired from college and went to the pros. Bo Nix was not supposed to do nothing. They had no weapons. They were cap strong. They gave away Russell Wilson, and in 1 year, they not only beat the Cleveland Browns, they went to the playoffs. So whoever you get, I need to see you coach somebody up. I'm not saying you got to make the playoffs, Kev, but whoever you bring in here, they better look competent. They got to look like something, because you got the number 2 pick. You got multiple threes. You got a bunch of runway to get it done. You're going to have your pick of the litter. But I need you to at least have this dude coached up where it looked like that we can get us a Bo Nix or something, where it's like, oh, man, we got a quarterback. At least we can roll with that. That's what I want the upside for the offense to be. Then I will say it's flexible, but it's now. It's Minimowski to me. No run game, no pass game.
Any rebuttal to that, Ty?
What, that is Minimowski? I wouldn't say that.
Just G's more big.
No, G's not wrong when he talks about. First of all, Bo Nix played a lot of football. He played 2 careers in college. He played a whole career at Auburn and a whole career at Oregon. So that's a guy that played a lot of football. Then he went and got with a great offensive mind like Sean Payton. And Sean Payton, although they might have not had all the talent around him, Sean Payton understood what his strengths were, and they played to his strengths. The same thing I continue to say with any quarterback in any draft. If you get with the right coach, you will be a successful quarterback.
Well, hold on. I'm going to call time out on that. I want to focus on what you just said right there.
There it is. There you go.
At number 2, the Browns have a chance to draft a quarterback. Do you think Kevin Stefanski can be the type of coach or could be a coach that a rookie quarterback comes into and then flourishes?
So that's a tough question. Honestly, the honest answer is no, because of the simple fact that the only time we got to see him have a young quarterback was DTR, and DTR looked like a deer in the headlights. But I also know that DTR did not practice with the ones that week, so that's why he looked the way that he looked. And I would say before he got hurt, he finally in that Denver game looked like he would maybe started to look pretty good. Then I thought about this year when he had his starts, it also didn't look good. So to me, and DTR is a guy that played 5 years of college ball. So to me, that's where it gets scary. And then it goes back to what I was telling y'all last week. I think what is not necessarily Kevin that can do a great job coaching, but I think the hiring of Musgrave and Tommy Rees, because I tell you, it's something there with the disconnect between what he wants from his quarterback and what we're actually getting. So I think the collection of those 3 coaches could get a young quarterback to play really well. Because if you think about the quarterbacks that Kevin succeeded with the Browns, Baker's already been in the league for years. Jacoby Brissett was already had a career in the league for years. Joe Flacco for years. All those guys played a lot of football, so they understood it. When we talk about a young guy, the only 2 young guys that I've actually seen as remotely young is DTR and what's the guy they played in the last game of the season? From the
Jeff Driscoll?
Oh, no. From the Patriots. We get
Zappy.
Oh, Zappy.
That's the only 2 young guys that I've seen, and both of them didn't look that great. So that's how I know that there has to be some type of disconnect there. But maybe with Tommy Rees and Musgrave, maybe that changes, because I think those guys would be more hands-on and explain to them in a way that they understand. So to answer your question, no, I don't believe that Kevin by himself can have a quarterback to play. Rookie quarterback, I should say.
Dustin, what do you think about that particular part of it? Can Stefanski be a coach that takes a rookie quarterback in and it's the right situation for the said rookie quarterback, as opposed to the numerous times we've seen over the last 20, 30, 40 years? We've talked about it with you on the show about going into the wrong situation. So how do you feel about Stefanski specifically in terms of being the right guy for a young quarterback or being the wrong system?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've got no problem with Kevin Stefanski as a coach, as a person, as a quarterback coach at all. I mean, I think that he can work with anybody. I think he's a good communicator. I think he's a likable guy that whoever they draft, and assuming it's a rookie quarterback comes in here, is going to be able to work with him. The good thing I would say about this year, more than maybe any year he's been here, is I do believe that he's going to have his hands on this like he's making pottery, man. He's in there just kind of molding this whole thing, because this is it, guys. If he doesn't do it this year, it's never going to happen. He's never going to have this opportunity again. Yeah, sure, he may go on to be a head coach somewhere else, but like this is it. Like he basically said to the world, okay, look, you want me not to call plays? Okay, go ahead, go do your thing. Didn't work out. Almost like he called their bluff. Like, okay, and then now he gets to call plays again. He gets to pick his quarterback. So if anything, if we think Kevin Stefanski is a good coach and has a chance to be the coach here in Cleveland that takes them to the playoffs again and the AFC title game and the Super Bowl, Lord willing, all those things, well, then we better have trust that he can find this quarterback and turn him into a good player. Because if he can't, then why the hell is he here? So I've got confidence in him, and I think that this is going to be the year where we find out what Kevin Stefanski has in him.
Listen, I watch Chopped all the time. I like food shows, and I love how they go on Chopped, and you get these chefs and everything, and they be going through the grocery store, and they be like, here's the mystery basket of the day. You got to make a dish with like ribeye steak and whatever you want to make with it. And these chefs be going through and they be finding Twizzlers, cookies, and old ramen noodles and making 5-star dishes out of this. And they be eating it and be looking judges be like, this is tremendous. If you a chef and you get access to a grocery store, bro, you feel like as a Michelin star chef, I can make it any dish that tastes good in here. It don't matter what it is. I'm that guy. And if you are a coach and you have a draft class, if you're a quarterback whisperer, a true quarterback whisperer, like an Andy Reid, you feel like if I got a high enough pick, I can turn anybody at quarterback into something. Look, hey, listen, hey, Andy Reid said I had Alex Smith. He was balling. I got Michael Vick out of jail. He was balling. I had Donovan Mitchell, or Donovan McNabb, not Mitchell. He probably can make Donovan Mitchell good too. He was balling. I got Pat Mahomes at 11, balling. Listen,
Alex Smith.
Shanahan do the same thing. He had your boys over in Cleveland looking good with no receivers. No receivers in Cleveland.
No receivers? He had
none.
He had
no backs either.
What's the
terrible backs? Terrence West.
What's the best receiver?
Terrence West.
What's the best Cleveland receiver?
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
I mean, he had to do best, right? Who was the dude? Was he still there? The guy that he had the receiver from Y with the dreads.
Devon Best.
Devon Best.
Oh man, that's the dude that had the mental breakdown in the airport.
Yes.
And he was cooking.
He was great.
He had Evan Moore.
Filthy slot receiver in Madden.
So either way, Tyvis, when you're that guy, you can make a quarterback look good. Sometimes that's why people get fooled. That he's so good with quarterbacks that you be like, hey, he ain't even that good. Don't sign him to a free agent deal. He wasn't that good. That's the Sam Darnold experiment. But listen, he has an opportunity to get this off right now. He got the number 2 pick. Like Dustin said, I'm excited to see it because now he got all the skin in the game. He could do whatever he wants. If they go up there and he get 3 straight quarterbacks, I love it. You know why? Because at least I know you can't run from it now. You picked him. You coached him up. Live with it.
Any final thoughts before you guys want to move on? Or has that wrapped up the flexible offense for the Browns topic?
You couldn't say the same thing about DTR. They picked him.
Oh, I that was a strike against them. What do you mean? I used the DTR as a strike.
4th round.
That's a strike, bro.
He was a 5th round.
Whatever.